Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the Home News. I am Olayinka Ilori. The wife of the State Governor, Dr. Layemi Abiodun Oyebanji, says that law enforcement is not enough to fight against illicit drug consumption in Nigeria, but the education and empowerment of individuals struggling with addiction. Dr. Abiodun Oyebanji gave the advice at a ceremony to commemorate this year's World Drug Day in Ekiti State. The First Lady, represented by the Director General of the Bureau of Civic Orientation and Citizenship, Mrs. Olawumi Famuyiwa, reiterated the state government's commitment to advocacy, community engagement, and support for the rehabilitation and reintegration of drug-dependent individuals. She explained that our office was particularly proud of the partnership with the NDLEA in the previous years, which saw the provision of logistics, welfare packages, and engagement with key stakeholders. The Forum of Chairmen and Members of Commissions, Boards, and Agencies in Ekiti State has joined the list of groups calling on Governor Biodun Oyebanji to recontest for the second term in office. At a ceremony in Ado-Ekiti, the forum unanimously endorsed the governor and his deputy for the next year governorship election. DSS reporter Abayo Mpeke has the rest of the story.
A mini pavilion at Fajuyi in Ado-Ekiti. The venue of the ceremony was filled with posters with different descriptions calling on Governor Oyebanji to run for a second term in office. In his opening remarks, the chairman of the forum, Chief Alaba Bejide, who is the chairman Local Government Service Commission, said the group endorsed the governor and his deputy for another term as an expression of their appreciation to the present administration for providing a living environment at their various establishments.
We are therefore unanimously calling on the governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, to declare his interest to contest for the positions of the executive governor of the state in 2026.
The chairman board for vocational and technical education, Pastor Kayode Babade, moved a motion for the endorsement, seconded by a member of the House of Assembly Commission, Mrs. Folarushi Adeosi, and ratified by the State House of Assembly Speaker, Mr. Adeoye Aribasoye.
If a favor that Governor Biodun Oyebanji be endorsed by all members, chairmen and members, that Mr. Governor continuity 2030. Say
Earlier, representatives of the forum from the 3 senatorial districts in the state who took turns to express the reasons for the endorsement said Governor Oyebanji's performance in less than 3 years in office was unprecedented. The Secretary to the State Government, Professor Abibat Adubiaro, and the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Matters, Chief Gideawe, expressed the determination of the Governor to continue to work on his mandate to improve the living standard of the people.
Thank God for today that you believe so much in Governor Biodun Oyebanji, in monumental achievements he has recorded so far. I really appreciate you.
the reward of hard work is to work more. And I think Mr. Governor is listening.
In separate interviews, some members of the forum said the program, which was the first of its kind among the political office holders in commissions, boards, and agencies, was part of values of democracy.
There is no commission for a certain agency and board that he has never touched.
They are exercising their right to tell the governor to throw his heart into the ring second time, having performed very credibly.
Our governor have done a lot in terms of training all our teachers, moving our teachers from grade level 15 to 16.
He promised to ensure that the governor and his deputy were returned to the government house for another term of 4 years. Abayo Mpeke reporting.
Ahead of the next year governorship election in Ekiti State, politicians are being advised to embrace issue-based campaign free of bitterness, falsehood, and blackmail. The call was made by the state chairman of the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties, CNPP, Pastor Victor Akinola, at a press briefing in Ado-Ekiti. BSS reporter Toba Babalola completes the story.
Pastor Akinola declared that the umbrella body of the all political parties would not remain silent while certain groups attempt to mislead the public with falsehoods and distorted facts for political gain. He condemned a recent press conference organized by promoters of the group, Mega, describing it as a deliberate distortion of facts and an unsuccessful attempt to distract Governor Biodun Oyebanji, whose administration has transformed the state's fortunes through measurable progress across sectors.
When lies, falsehood, half-truths, and misrepresentation of facts are left unchallenged, there is a high risk of them being believed and taken as the gospel truth by the unsuspecting members of the public who are consumers of news on the print media, electronic media, internet, and social media platforms. As responsible and patriotic citizens of the state, we are compelled to debunk the lies shown out by the trio of Abimbola Olawumi, Motunde Faduyi, and Benga Baba.
The CNPP chairman emphasized that the positive impacts of the Oyebanji government is evident throughout Ekiti State, particularly in the execution of a 6-point agenda. He stressed the need to correct the record, accusing members of Mega, many of whom he claimed are non-residents, of criticizing their homeland from a distance.
The recent press conference addressed by promoters of Mega can be best described as a tissue of lies, cocktail of falsehood, salad of blackmail, and blatant misrepresentation, distortion of facts. They are not in tune with the reality on ground, and that is why they have stayed outside to throw stones at their father's land, and we are in receipt of incredible intelligence that they are being sponsored by politicians.
Highlighting key achievements of the governor, Pastor Akinola cited school and hospital renovations, improved access to public services, employment of thousands of youths in education and civil service, quality health care delivery, youth engagement in agriculture, and major road infrastructure projects, including alternative routes for travelers to Ondo, Oyo, Osun, and Lagos states. He noted that efforts are ongoing to repair federal roads within the states.
The CNP also wishes to state that the present administration of the state has provided employment for thousands of youths through recruitment into civil service, teaching service, local government services, fire services, Amotekun corps, agro rangers, anti-grazing marshals, while thousands of youths are also engaged through the Bring Back the Youth into Agriculture scheme in 3 clusters across the state to boost food security.
Affirming Governor Oyebanji's commitments to transparency, the CNPP chairman dismissed allegations of fund mismanagement as baseless and imaginary. Toba Babalola reporting.
The Special Advisor on Security Matters to the Ekiti State Governor, retired Brigadier General Ebenezer Ogundano, has attributed the escalation of farmers-herders conflicts to climate change, population growth, and religious differences. He made the assertion at the opening of a 3-day training on prevention and resolution of the incidents of farmers-herders conflicts held in Ado-Ekiti. BSS reporter Yetunde Oloye has more on the report.
Retired Brigadier Ogundano, who raised concern on the spate of killings and destruction of properties across the country due to herders-farmers clashes, thanked Governor Biodun Oyebanji for managing security situation well in the state, hence the promotion of peace, stability, and development across the state. He noted that the farmers' herders are entrepreneurs who play crucial roles in agriculture. The special advisor urged the participants to engage actively, share experience, and learn from one another.
Since we have all the stakeholders of ground, then we have something to take in. So the ideas we are going to use will enable us to reach out to our herders, farmers, so that we can create a community and work together and move the state.
The state coordinator of Ekiti Health Press, Mr. Yinka Adedipe, said that the initiative would help the farmers' herders to figure out the cause of conflict and find necessary solutions as and when due.
discovered that basically what is causing this conflict is basically resources. Look at the resources, feed and water. So we're trying to manage the relationship and at the same time trying to make sure that the relation for the resources so that the peace between farmers and others.
The Executive Director of Global Peace Development, Mr. Ebruke Ezike, said that the program was to create an avenue for farmers herders to interact on conflict resolution.
We're also learning from the people how they've managed, they've coped with the incidents of herders and farmers conflict, and how best we can together act to ensure that we have a peaceful state and environment as Nigeria.
In their goodwill messages, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Ebenezer Ojo, who was represented by the Director of Animal Husbandry Services, Mr. Anthony Alofe, and the Chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, Mr. Adebola Alagbada, said that the farmers' herders conflict was a pressing issue that requires a collective attention.
You know, livestock farmer and crop farmer, every one of them, they are farmers. But one must not be disturbing one another. We must rally around it and find a solution to the way forward.
The hardening of the planet and the evil of the climate change has created a lot of challenges for the agricultural sector. The herders are looking for where to graze because of the climate change. The farmers too.
Some of the participants said the training would help them live peaceably among themselves. The training was attended by security personnel and other stakeholders in the state. Yetunde Oloye reporting.
Students have been charged to be focused on their studies so as to excel in their academic pursuits. Stakeholders gave the charge at the second matriculation ceremony of VENIT University in Loro Ekiti. Our man, Olushola Thomas, takes it from here.
The ceremony, which started with academic procession, had in attendance top government functionaries, religious leaders, and traditional rulers. Welcoming the dignitaries to the program, the acting vice chancellor of the institution, Professor Kelvin Aduloju, charged the matriculating students to abide by the rules and regulations of the school and shun cultism.
Our mission is to provide quality education that fosters true emancipation, to train self-reliant graduates who are equipped not only to secure employment but also job opportunities and become employers of the world.
The matriculation oath was administered on the students by the registrar of the university, Dr. Ezekiel Agbaje.
I shall faithfully observe all rules and regulations.
I shall faithfully observe all rules and regulations.
Of the school from time to time.
Of the school from time to time.
Issue for the good order.
Issue for the good order.
Stakeholders in their goodwill messages urged the students to show commitment in their studies in order to fulfill their dream for gaining admission into the citadel of learning, adding that the involvement of private individuals in education will complement government efforts to improve the sector in the country.
Please be committed to your studies. This is the center of academic excellence, and don't do things that can tarnish your image.
I want to assure you that here is very good and safe. You are today not only for the future alone. You have started well. You will continue well.
This matter is going to, grow to a global institution.
On her part, the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Biodun Oyebanji, who was represented by the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Peju Babafemi, expressed happiness about the developments in the school, which she said were in agreement with the various steps of the Oyebanji's administration to improve the sector in the state.
This great vision aligns with the Biodun Oyebanji's administration governance agenda under its human capital development pillar. The administration's policies aim to meet contemporary needs and fortify students with practical skills for real-world challenges.
Speaking in an interview, the proprietor of the school, Mr. Dakpo Kolawole, expressed happiness about the progress recorded in the school since establishment.
We are not there yet. It's a journey.
a vision that is bigger than us. It's a vision that requires everybody to support. And we are grateful to God.
The matriculated students promised to be dedicated to their studies. 365 students participated in the matriculation ceremony. Olushola Thomas reporting.
Environmental sanitation exercise holds in Ekiti State tomorrow from 7 to 10 in the morning. Movement of people and vehicles will be restricted except for those on essential duties and candidates writing the 2025 NECO examination. The theme of this month's exercise is a cleaner environment begins with you, encouraging personal responsibility for hygiene. Environmental officers and security personnel will monitor compliance, while mobile courts will be on ground to prosecute violators of sanitation laws. That's the home news. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.